Welcome to Conversations with Segun. We are live now on set on Conversations with Segun today, and today's episode promises to be very exciting. I want to welcome everybody watching right now, wherever it is you're watching from. I'd like to welcome you. Thank you for joining episodes of Conversations with Segun that we have had. Today is episode 011. We have our 11th episode, and we have a fantastic. I'm going to introduce my guest very soon, but I want to know how many of us are watching. I see people popping in now. Where are you watching from? Let me know where you're watching from. I can see Dennis Okpokpo is on YouTube, is watching right now. Please kindly do share this stream to your contacts. Share the video to your contact, because what you'll be learning today and the few minutes we'll have, what you'll be learning, I can guarantee you will change your life forever. All right, so share the stream, and if you're watching, let me know where it is that you're watching from. We'll be looking at the new way of working today in this post-COVID era. Remember, we have 30 minutes for today's episode. As in all our episodes, it's 30 minutes, and like I said, the person that will be coming on today to talk to us, I doubt if 30 minutes is good. 30 minutes will never be enough because he has so much to say, but we will take that time to ask him all the questions we need to ask. Okay, I'm seeing people joining us live. Dennis Okpokpo is here. Thank you. Welcome, Dennis Okpokpo. Opi Akpan says he's watching live from Ejeba. He's right there on Facebook. Fantastic. Welcome. Please do share the stream to your contacts. Annabelle says she's here too. Annabelle, welcome. I can see you. No sound? Seriously? Can anybody else not hear me? Somebody says no sound. Really? Obus is watching from Benin. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I wonder why Omonigo Ogbe is not hearing me. Okay, yeah, could be network, It could be network, that's why you're not hearing me. But quickly do help me share the stream. Our guest is here today, is live. If anybody else can hear me, also let me know so that we can work around getting it to work. Okay. Anybody else who can hear me? Only one person says they can hear me. Okay. I believe the other people are hearing. So if you're hearing, I'm going to go on. It's Conversations with Segun, and today's topic is the new way of working. And my guest is a doctor, is a real estate agent, is a consultant. Let me come first. He is the first person I started learning about money from. I picked his books from my elder brother's library, some of his books on Pathway to Wealth, all those small pamphlets he used to write those days. Then the first book on money I bought was The School of Money. And that is why I call him the Dean of the School of Money. And the Dean is here today. People can hear me loud and clear. Fantastic. People watching can hear me loud and clear. Fantastic. But I'm introducing the Dean of the School of Money. You've not seen that anywhere before. Please join me to welcome Dr. OLUMIDE Emmanuel. Doctor, welcome, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much for having me. It's nice to be with you.
Thank you. I call you the Dean. I'm not sure you have heard that before. The Dean of the School of Money. Because when I wanted to start out as a young man after university, one of the first books I bought was The School of Money, the huge book, because I heard you say somewhere that it's a compendium of everything you have done in entrepreneurship and finance. So I saved money then. It was 5K. It was big money for me. I saved the money to get that book, The School of Money. And that's why I call you the Dean of the School of Money. Exactly. That's the book right there that Doctor is bringing up. If anyone wants to know anything about money, about entrepreneurship, about business, and the book comes with a CD and a VCD. As at the time I bought it, there was a CD and a VCD inside of the book. I still have them till now. On my reading table, The School of Money is the go-to book on anything finance and entrepreneurship. Welcome to the program, sir. I can
Thank
go
you
on and
very
on
much
and
for
on
having me.
describing you. Like I told you behind
It's
the scene
nice to
before
be
you came
back.
up.
It's been a while. Yeah. Thank
Fantastic,
you.
sir. You are having the Global School of Money tour now because you just turned 50 about a
Yeah.
week or two ago. You don't
Yeah.
look
Last
50
week,
at
Wednesday,
all.
20th May.
You don't look 50 at all.
It's the grace of God.
So
Last week,
just
Wednesday,
just
20th of
just
May,
a week and
I
one day
clocked 50.
into fantastic. So tell us, doctor. I've been asking most of my guests around what is happening with the COVID-19, but I'm going to ask you, knowing what you know, what you are put down in the School of Money, how has the COVID-19 changed the way, the sphere of things going forward?
Well, for me, because wealth creation and economic empowerment has been a major part of what I've done in the last 23 years. What COVID-19 has come to do is validate the authenticity of what I've been sharing for the past 20 years. So for me, it's more or less like a validation. Just like you have invited me now, I do this. This is the second one I'm doing today, tomorrow. So from all over the world, TV stations, radio stations, different personalities, I invited to say, this is what you are saying, this is what you are saying. So for me, COVID-19 has come to validate the importance of all the things we have shared before now, e.g., financial intelligence, e.g., the need to have a savings and investment mentality, e.g., the need to have multiple streams of income. So if people have been able to have the investment mentality, been able to save, they've had multiple streams of income before now, it will never have become a problem for them now. So as far as I'm concerned, this time is more or less like a validation of all that we have been sharing over the years, because many times people try to ask me how people should live post-COVID. And like I always say, we cannot be talking about post-COVID except we go back and talk about pre-COVID. So there is pre-COVID, there is an
So true,
in-COVID,
sir.
and then there is a post-COVID. So it is what you have done pre-COVID that determines how COVID will affect you. If you do the right thing in COVID, you'll be able to prepare yourself for the post-COVID world.
Fantastic. It takes only you doing the right thing to be prepared for the post-COVID world. So, doctor, I know there's so much you can talk on our conversation today is to look at the new way of working. I heard you somewhere on an interview where you were sharing that for some of us who work since that it's like we've lost doctor.
I'm not I'm not hearing your
To
question
anyone,
clearly.
put the questions in the comment section, and also if you already haven't shared this in the next few minutes, doctor, if you can hear me, sir. Okay, fine, you're back. So I was saying,
Yeah, it's breaking. Yeah, it's breaking. Okay.
how are we going to work? I understand, sir. How are we going to work in this next few months?
Okay. I'm not hearing you, Ken, but if I'm to summarize what I think you're saying, you are asking how work will be going forward, right? Hello, Segun, is that the question? Hello. Okay. Well, I don't know if you're hearing me, but let me just answer that. Now, we have moved into what we call the post-COVID world. But like I said earlier on, we cannot be talking about a post-COVID world without looking at the pre-COVID world. Now, 1998, I began to talk to people about the need to be upgraded. 98, 99, we're talking about millennium compliant, we're talking about Y2K compliant. And 1998, 1999, I began to speak extensively about the need for people to realize that as we enter into the 21st century, as
Dream.
we enter
Okay,
into year
I'm back.
2000, a lot of things are going to change. Number one thing that is going to change is that we are going to enter into a world of globalization and borderlessness. And I started making statements like the internet, the world has become a global village. The internet is the village square. I started declaring that you can stay local but play global. You need to have a global mindset, a global mentality. I started making statements like you need to use every available technology as leverage to achieve your goals and your purpose. So if people are not experiencing what they should experience now, it's because there is a deficiency in what they have done before now, because you cannot be analog in a digital world. So one thing that we need to use this opportunity of the COVID lockdown and of the pandemic to do is to reassess a lot of things. So number one, you have to realize that the world you are living in today is a global, is a world that has no borders. So in talking about work going forward, you have to look at work beyond your geographical region. You know that in this part of the world, because of lack of electricity, that's power, lack of security, lack of adequate infrastructure, we only work for 8, 10 hours of the day, even though we have a 24-hour economy. So in going forward, you have to begin to think of how you can begin to work 24-hour economy kind of work. Because if there is in this part of the world, we do what we call 9 to 5. If you do 9 to 5 in your primary geographical location, you need to understand that while you are asleep in Nigeria, people are awake in Australia, or people are awake in America. So you need to now look into how you can organize yourself to be able to work 24 hours as an individual, as a businessman. So as a business, begin to think of how you can stay local but play global and begin to offer your product and your services to people all over the world, because there are no more borders. And for you as an individual, you have to begin to think of how you can go into, freelancing, reinventing yourself, and then make sure that you come up with other aspects of things you can do,
Well,
continue to be
we're having
relevant regardless
challenges
of time.
with the network today. From
Yeah.
schedule today's session. But anyhow, we will go as much as
Yeah,
we
the
can
network is really
with
bad. Yeah.
what doctor is saying. If we can hear, it's really terrible today. So, doctor,
You are gone off again. I hear you again.
can I suggest?
Okay. The line has gone off again. Because I'm here, I'm clear here, but from your end, I think network is really. That's why
I'm
we.
suggesting,
Yeah. So
sir,
I can't hear you. You
that
are break. So okay.
we call off today's session when we get the network sorted out. My network just, suddenly became very funny, and in, instead of what we usually do, it changed altogether. Um, I don't know. We might need to, and this is part of the challenges that we need to surmount in our society today and do all the things we still need to do going forward. I've just sent him a message to see if we can reschedule since the internet is giving us a lot of issues and it's like it's from my end. It's from my end. Okay, if Pastor Lumide, Dr. Lumide comes back, I will just allow him to continue so that we'll stay and see how much he can go to the end. But that will not be nice because it's supposed to be an interview session. So we'll call off today's. People can still hear me, and some can hear, some can hear. This is why we need 5G. The new way of working going forward, we would have to fix all of this. Would have to fix all of this. I see you. People are commenting. Somebody says data is oxygen. Exactly, fantastic. Data is really oxygen. 5G, 5G is the way forward. Exactly. Okay, doctor is back. Doctor is back. Let me try and bring him back to the stream. I hope you can hear me. Doctor, if you can hear me, just take it away. Take it away for the next 10 minutes. People can hear you, but they can't hear me. So take it away for the next 10 minutes. Wherever we meet at the 10 minutes, I'll come back on.
Okay. So now everyone needs to understand that whatever you are going through right now, when we're talking about post-COVID, you have to look at pre-COVID. So I've spoken earlier on, if you heard me at that point, the fact that when we entered the 2000, we have already entered into a new millennium. And what we are experiencing now, 20 years after we entered into the new millennium, is just the millennium helping you to understand that you have been given 20 years to prepare and to plug in, and you have refused to plug in. But the millennium can no more continue to wait. So that's why we are having a rejigging, because everybody must move into the next dimension, because you can continue to be analog digital. You are slowing us down. That is what the millennium is saying, because you remember that when we entered into 2020, this year 2020 is not just a new year, it's also a new decade. That means we're entering into the third decade of the millennium. We cannot keep waiting. 20 years after we have come into the millennium, you still don't believe in globalization. You still don't believe in the use of ICT. You still don't believe in being a global person. You still don't believe in e-commerce. Then you're already late. And all this particular COVID pandemic has come to do is to say, wake up and get to work. So when it comes to work going forward, I've said it, number one, realize that we're in a global world. We're in a world of globalization and borderlessness. The world has become a global. The internet is the village square. So make sure that whatever you're doing, you are staying local, but you are thinking global. You are staying local, but you are playing global. So in your product, in your services, look beyond your primary market and see the entire globe as your market. And if the entire globe is your market, it will affect your packaging, it will affect your presentation, it will affect your pricing, it will affect your positioning. Then once you realize that, you also know that when we say Happy New Year in Nigeria, Australia has already entered Happy New Year. 10 hours before you say New Year in Nigeria, Australia is in New Year. When you are saying Happy New Year in Nigeria, somebody in Canada is still in the office, waiting to now begin to think of going to church to go and wish Happy New Year. So your position on the globe determines how early you arrive. So the person in Australia will arrive in a new day before you. The person in Nigeria will arrive in a new day before the person in America. So that means that once you understand that the world is your market, you now have to look at 24-hour economy. Say this 24-hour economy, I have to now program my office, my business, my work schedule in such a way I reach out to this market in this window, reach out to this market within this window, and that means that there will be a lot of chain of work. So that means that some people can do a shift for 8 hours, another set of people do a shift for 8. When some people are sleeping, some people are working. So that is very, very globalization, 24-hour economy. Then the use of ICT. You need to be technologically advanced. You cannot do without technology in the world that we live in today. And when we are talking about e-commerce is not anything strange. All we are saying is the same thing you are doing physically, take it into the virtual world of globalization. And then that gives it ability to go beyond your geographical region so that people from all over the world can patronize you, and then it helps you to become a globally relevant organization. So then let's move into the virtual work space reality. Now, I've been working from home for the past 6 years. My staff has been working from home for the past 6 years. My staff work 2 times in a week. I'm doing that for the past 6 years. And somebody asked me recently, why? It's simple. Because after doing business for so long, I realized that a lot of people are locked up in this salary mentality. Salary. And I realized that you do a lot to try to get them salary every month, yet they are not producing things that are commensurate to the salary you are paying them. And I kept saying, this is not right. I cannot be paying for activity. I'm supposed to be paying for productivity. A lot of these guys are not productive, yet every 4 weeks they are collecting salary. So I started pushing the concept of paying people for task and not for a job. I started talking about the need for us to begin to look at paying people per hour. Why? Because I'm into construction. That one of the companies I run is a construction company. We're into real estate. And now, if I'm engaging a bricklayer and I tell the bricklayer, I would like you to do this work for me, the bricklayer will say, the guy is 5,000 per day. Because I'm paying him per day, a job that he can finish in 4 days, he will still be there 2 weeks later. Why? Because I'm paying per day. But instead of paying him per day, you know what? This is the job I want you to do. How much will it cost you to finish this job? And how long will it take you? You discover that if we discuss holistically like that, the guy will say, okay, Oga, pay me 20,000. I will finish it tomorrow. So you find out that the job is faster and everybody moves on. So the new way of working going forward will require virtual work, because most of the people that you are employing, they are not bringing anything to the table. By the time they come to work, they are supposed to be working for 8 or 10 hours. 2 hours is the maximum that they do anything meaningful. The remaining 6 hours, they're wasting, walking around, going online, wasting your money, wasting your time. And then because you have so many staff, you have to now get a big office and buy table and chair for all of them. So that needs to be adjusted in this new world, because we are beginning to pay people for productivity and not just for activity. And then virtual work is very real. Give people the task they are supposed to do and let them do it. So when I realized, when the recession and when this new government came in, and then we started having issues 2014, 2015, by 2016, the country entered into recession. I'm like, from 2014, I started making adjustments. I say, come, I cannot just keep paying you people for nothing, because people come to work Monday, Friday, every day. You ask them, what have you done? I made phone call. I attended to a customer. You are not bringing money, yet you want to collect money. I made that investment and it's paying off. So we need to know that then, when it comes to space management, you need to understand that of all these big offices, you want to have a big office, you want this person will be in this office, this person will be in this table. All those things are not going to be realistic going forward. You have to now sit down to reanalyze and look into each of the staff that you have and ask yourself, is this person still relevant to my organization and still valuable to organization? And do an inventory of each of these staff. And if you now need to make an adjustment by repositioning them or redirecting those staff to another aspect of your business, then that will be fine. But if you realize that they are no more valuable, you need to help ease them out by helping them to find what else they can do and mentoring and empowering them to go into that, so that you can free yourself from dead weight as a businessman. Then as an individual, you also need to do an inventory of yourself now as an individual and ask yourself, am I still valuable in the marketplace? Am I still valuable in the marketplace? Because value is about problem solving, solution provider, question answers. So if you are solving problem, providing solution, and meeting needs and answering questions, you are valuable. So you need to ask yourself as an individual, in the reality of this COVID world now, question, am I still valuable? this job that I'm doing, this career that I'm doing, this skill that I have, is this valuable in the marketplace? Is it valuable? Because you need to ask yourself. So if you're listening to me right now, any job you are doing that a machine, a software, a robot, an app can replace you, you don't have a future. You have already expired. So you need to begin to move from analog career, analog skill, digital career, digital skill. So there are gaps that needs to be filled. So you need to sit down as an individual and ask yourself, am I still valuable? Am I still relevant? What I'm doing now, will it be relevant after now? Can a machine replace me? Can a software replace me? Can a robot replace me? When you do that, you now identify the gaps between where you are and where you need to be, and then you start filling the gap. So number one gap you need to fill is knowledge gap. You need to fill the knowledge gap between the level of knowledge you have now and the level of knowledge that is required post-COVID, because you cannot solve a problem at the same level of intelligence you were in when you created the problem. So if you are in trouble, what was your level of knowledge and intelligence when the problem came? To solve that problem, you need to move to a higher level of intelligence and knowledge to solve the problem. So there's a knowledge gap that you need to bring. Number one, skills gap. What are the skills that you had pre-COVID, and what are skills that you need post-COVID? So you now need to look at the skills that you have pre-COVID and the skill that you need post-COVID. Look at the gap and start reskilling yourself. Start developing new skills. All the skills that are required now, you need to begin to develop so that you can be relevant, or else you become obsolete. Because if you are not informed, you'll be deformed. If you're not updated, you'll be outdated. If you are not inspired, you will expire. If you are not in the know, you can be in the flow. What you know determines how far you go. The third thing that you need to do is to look at your relationship. So there is a relationship gap that also needs to be bridged. So you bridge the knowledge gap, you bridge the skills gap, then you bridge the relationship gap. What do I mean by that? You need mentorship. It's amazing how many people are going alone. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with others. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with others. So all this solo lifestyle, you need a mentor. You need somebody to hold you by the hand. So many of us are offering ourselves to say, I want to mentor you, pay for this. Yeah, I must pay for mentorship. You are not ready to pay, no problem. Stay with your ignorance. If your knowledge is expensive, keep ignorance, but it will cost you more. So you need to bridge your relationship gap so that you surround yourself with the right people. You surround yourself with forward-thinking people that will help you move forward. And let me add one or two more because of time. Then you need to bridge the technological gap. What are the technologies that are required? What are the ICT tools that are required for you to be able to continue to be relevant? And where do you stand? So you look at the gap and then you bridge that gap also. So you bridge that technological gap, and then that helps you to be able to move on. And let me just one more. Then you need to bridge the gap that you have put between yourself and the globe, because we are now in a world of globalization. Bridge the globalization gap. That gap to say I'm in Nigeria, I'm not in Australia. No. You need to do what? To bridge that gap. And to do that, you go into the world e-commerce and begin to go into the 24-hour economy so that you can be a freelancer. So during the day, you work in Nigeria, in the evening, you work in Australia, or you work in India, online, virtually. These are the realities of the time that we are in right now. So if you listen to me right now, I celebrated my 50th birthday last week, is the 20th of May, and I wrote 2 new books, 50 Common Money Mistakes to Avoid, and I also wrote the book, 50 Things You Never Take for Granted. They are absolutely free. So all you need to do is go to OLUMIDEEMMANUEL.org, OLUMIDEEMMANUEL.org, so that you can register to get the books. Or you send your name, your phone number, your email, and your location. Name, phone number, email, and location to ouroverseer@gmail.com. Ouroverseer@gmail.com. And then tell them you want to be a part of the book. They will send it to you. I'm presently in the midst of a global school of money, absolutely free, by 9 p.m. Nigerian time. So follow me on Instagram at OLUMIDE EMMANUEL. At OLUMIDE EMMANUEL on Instagram. So 9 p.m. tonight, we enter into day 4. And it's absolutely free from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. So you can join me for that also. And then you'll be able to learn more about all the things that we're sharing. So I hope we've been helpful. I believe that Segun will organize another time for us to do part 2 of this so that we can really see how we can help people further.
Thank you so much, Doctor. I believe even though the network was trying to be funny, we've still gotten something out of what we did today. I want to say a big thank you, sir. Like you have said, we will definitely have a part 2 of this. I'll work on it. I'll look at your timing and we'll work together and see how we can, with the better network, we'll make this work definitely better. But for those who want Doctor's free 2 books, Olumide Emmanuel, that's it on the screen there, olumideemmanuel.org. You can go there and get it. I will put all the other details in the description of this video. So if you come back later to watch it, you will see all the other details you will need to attend the Global School of Money and get the free books and all that you need to get. I have followed the doctor from the time I got the sense of how to make money. I have followed him from then up till now. Like I told you, my go-to book on anything entrepreneurship business is the School of Money. And this man right here is the dean of the School of Money. In fact, somebody said he's the vice chancellor. So let me not even take it down. He's the vice chancellor of the School of. If you haven't gotten the book, The School of Money, go and get it. Look for it anywhere. Go and get that book. It's a must buy. I got it at 5,000. I don't know if it's more or less now, but look for The School of Money by Olumide Emmanuel. Everything I teach today, everything I teach today about entrepreneurship business, it is from that book. So I can guarantee you that if you have that book, you know where to go. Thank you so much, Doctor, for showing us what to do
Thank
and how
you.
to go. I've just heard from you that some jobs will go into extinction. Some
Yeah.
vocations will not be necessary. Some skills will not be needed in the new world that we're entering post-COVID. But I'm going to get you back again to talk about step by step what people need to do immediately, apart from bridging the skill gap, the relationship gap, the technology gap, and all of that, what they need to do to go for. Thank you so much, Doctor, for coming. I truly appreciate you. And I think the network finally behaved.
It is well. Thank you. God bless you. So
Thank you,
look
sir, for
forward to
coming.
seeing you guys tonight at Olumide Manuel on
Yes,
Instagram. God bless you.
exactly. I'll put all that details there in the comment section so people can get it. I'm attending that too. I go there too to learn. So I will direct them to come there to learn also. Thank you very much, sir, for coming. God bless you, sir.
Okay, then. Bye for now.
All right, you've learned from Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. Even though the network wasn't very friendly today, we tried to get this to happen. A great session, fantastic. Harriman Issa Oyo from Malga. Say thank you, guests, and our dear host. Thank you, sir. Um, Olutayo says awesome. God bless you, sir. Bernard says thank you, sir. Thank you. Um, Gracious says not is another to hold on to. Thank you, sir. Oh, fantastic. AB says, yeah, we need a mentor to go far. All right, for that's basically what we've done today. And I want to confirm that you learned some so people can see what you learned today. If you have enjoyed watching this, please coming up also on subscribe also on YouTube for those that are on YouTube. Thank you. Enjoyed hosting back into it was poor. Yes, it was. Thank you for this great platform. Thank you, Nee. Harry Server shall be there too. Cheers. Thank you. Upi Akpan says, Segun, you have done well. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying to go off. I have to tell you how serious the